My name is Toyin. I work as the operations manager in a nonprofit in Philadelphia. I was born in Nigeria, in the city of Jos. I moved to the United States in the fall of 2017. Before I moved here, I used to do photography. It was a business that I really kind of stumbled on. It wasn't, I wouldn't call it a passion at that time because I noted that it was an opportunity and I was like, okay, how about I bring digital photography to these states? And so I was the first person to do it in my state then, back in Nigeria. Pretty much that was how I ended up doing photography for about almost 10 years. It was becoming kind of repetitious where you kind of doing the same thing all over and over again. And then for a moment I thought like, how can I make it better? And I tried to improve, do a couple of things, work on myself. But then I had hit a roadblock sort of, and I felt like I wanted to do more. And what really triggered that was that in a particular, the last year that I spent doing photography, I had gotten like a big job contract with the Senate Committee on States and Local Governments in Nigeria, where we did like a round this nation tour. Nigeria has 36 states, so we ended up going to all 36 states. It was intense. It wasn't like we're flying from state to state. We're actually doing it on the road. You know, you sleep in the states a couple of days, move to the next day. It was a whole 8 months thing. And so by that time, I had explored everywhere. However, while I was doing that, because it was kind of like a photo documentary of some sort, something was born in me. Like I knew, yes, I wanted to do photography, but I also was interested in like working in the community. And so as I tried to do that and try to get into more community development kind of jobs and engagements and things like that, I started to look around and see that I needed to do a degree. And so because I wanted to do more beyond just photography at that time, I wanted to do things that were more related to the community. And that was when I started to think around coming to the United States. Comparing Nigeria to the United States, Nigeria didn't have the structure for nonprofit and most of the systems that I saw that had all the impacts in the communities were mostly international development agencies coming in to do jobs in Nigeria, because anyone that's in Nigeria kind of knows that sometimes you need to have some of these international accolades to be able to get in. Well, the process of immigration is everyone needs to kind of decide what they want. For me, the decision was based on, first of all, picking the country. I was pretty much looking at the country where they speak English, so I don't have to learn a language because I know my own strength. I'm not probably good with languages. And so I streamlined it, did the UK and the United States. And my cousin was in the US and I had visited a couple of times because I also felt like at that point in time, if I came into the US, I needed some sort of support structure, like someone that was around that could show me the ropes and things like that. And so those were things that came into play when I started to look at the schools to go to. If I would approach JAPA 5 years ago, like same way, it's still down to the same thing. Things that remain important, picking the right school. Of course, knowing the course you want to do. Of course, trying to get through the admission process, and that would involve, good statement of purpose and all that, the requirements of the university. Those things remain constant. School is always going to require these things. Getting your financial piece in order. Now there are probably even more resources. What I know right now, I didn't know before. So by all means, I can get a student loan. And there's no fear for that because there are international student loans you can get that would actually give you for 10 years. And so because I know like not everybody has the funds. And so I'm mentioning student loans because there are loans that are catered specifically for international students that are not necessarily requiring a US cosigner. Like you don't have to have a US citizen or a permanent residence. And so these things exist. I don't know that I knew those things 5 years ago. If you want to JAPA right, as they say. One good thing I can say consistently is that if you want to come for education, like you coming in on a student visa, that's probably right now still the easiest way. One of, I would say, the easiest way to come. Like, you just need to know what you want. To be honest, at a certain point in time, when you look at the trend of JAPA and people living in droves, at a certain point you have to think about it like, is this sustainable? Most of the time, you come here, you've networked, you've done a couple of things. For most people, they want to go back home to explore the options that are there. Now, if we have more people going back, because eventually people will be like, yes, the US has this and this, but we can do this back home. And so I feel, even when you look at it, that the population explodes, 2030, it's not going to be like this forever. I think there will be a change in season. There was a time when Afrobeat was just nothing, so to say. Now it's taking all over the world. Like, it's literally taking all over the world. If you look at the old days, there was a time when Egypt was like, really, you know what I mean? But now, things change. Like, you talk about, when you talk about the Roman Empire, history lessons. And so eventually, it's not always going to be this way. For me, it's not so much about JAPA all the time. It's still down to the fact that if it doesn't work, can you think of another way? Are you taking the time to invest in yourself and develop yourself? You have to really think about, what am I really good at, where I am? If you're not skillful in Nigeria, if you're not industrious, if you're not hardworking, there's no way you're just going to come here and you're automatically going to make it. Let me say this real quick. Visiting the US is different from living in the US. And I'll say this because I visited before I moved here. Living in the US is different. It's different because all of a sudden, everything matters. How do you rent a house when you don't have a credit score? How do you get acclimatized with the culture? For me, one of the greatest culture shock about the US moving here was that it seemed to me like an individualistic society. In Nigeria, where I moved from, it's a community. I found myself living in an apartment complex where I didn't even know who my next door neighbor was. Like, I didn't even know. I never had someone knock on my door in one full year. And so things like that was a culture shock. It's just like all man for himself. So some people will say it's a jungle, like every man for himself. I tell people, like, it pays sometimes to come with a fresh perspective. And then you begin to understand, which I don't want to dabble into the topic, but topic of racism in terms of, as a black man. Yes, I'm a black man, but I'm different. I come from a homogeneous country where racism is not a thing. So I don't even know what it means. And so I have to start to understand what racism is all about. Because I see some other black people talk about, there's victimization in this way. Then I have to learn to spot it. For me, it was a different thing because I wasn't seeing it. I was just going about my business and doing my stuff and just knowing that I have to make it and I have to be the best and I have to achieve, because if I have to leave my country, as we say in Nigeria, I didn't come here to count bridges. I have family back home. I have people looking up to me. I have people expecting, praying for me. And so I don't have the luxury of time. But of course, over time, you begin to learn that there are nuances to these things. And, like more recently, as George Floyd thing kind of opened the eyes of most of us to the realities of these things. But I'm just saying, like, as an immigrant, that wasn't like the top of my mind, like racism. No. Anyone in my shoes right now, I would tell anyone in my shoes right now that wants to leave, yes, if you have the means, leave. And not just because at this point in time, the economy of Nigeria is not at its best, yes. However, I tell people, like, explore. In this life, we have one life to live. Explore. Open up. The world is at your feet, in a sense. Explore. And travel in itself is education. The more traveled you are, the more enlightened you are. Sometimes there are some perspectives you can never see, you can never understand until you travel. When I say travel, when you go to a place, you live there, you understand the mindset of the people there, then you have a conversation. You can speak from an enlightened perspective. Whether the country is good or not, like, I would encourage you. And if you want to come out here, one of the first things I'll tell you, don't just come and stick to your community alone. You move all the way from Nigeria to the United States, you go only to a Nigerian church, only have Nigerian friends, only eat Nigerian food. I guess you should probably stay in Nigeria. Because for me, if you really want to move and you want to open your mindset, it has to be that you come in here, you explore, you meet other people, you interact. And it's not just about your culture alone. You have to be open to other ideas, same way you have to share yours. As long as you share yours, like, it's an exchange. One thing I'll give the United States of America credit for is that it's a very diverse country. And so I've met people from different countries. And that's just something that I find to be very intriguing. Like, you coming out of your country to come to a place where you have a whole lot of mix of different people. That itself is some of this thing. Like, I would just say it's an experience that money alone can't buy. And by all means, I'm going to be fulfilled in this place. I might not stay here like forever, a long time. I still at some point want to be connected back to my base, but it's been a worthy adventure. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter the number of passports I have, I'll still have an allegiance to my place of birth. Yes, so, the nonprofit sector where I work right now, we can do a lot more in Nigeria. And, you can build up that. We talk about the nonprofit sector being like the fourth arm of government in the United States. We can build that to happen in Nigeria, where people even have more of a culture of giving to these causes. And it's beginning to happen gradually, but yes, there's a whole lot of some of my experiences here that I can transfer over easy and see how we can do more work in the community. We won't have to rely on aids from foreign nations where people just come in, to check the boxes. People actually use that to fund some of their own other things to do. Would rely on people that genuinely care about the country coming back to fix it. And so, yes, there are things I can contribute from what I already do now. So, yeah, I'll be sure to want to go back home.